Hi, welcome to the milestone 3 video for our app Chemical X. I'm sure you're excited to see our app for the first time because we didn't upload anything for the first 2 milestones. Okay, let me just screen record here so that you can bring it up. Alright. And so our app currently is limited to the Android platform, but you can still log into multiple devices through your Google account. So if suppose I'm an existing user on a new device, all I have to do is log in with the same credentials or through Google to access my account, which is what I'll do here. Yeah, and it loads just fine. Okay, so we kind of like the tab layout of WhatsApp, and it was also convenient that our app also had 3 core features. Here they are at the top. We'll go through them one by one, see what they do. Our main core feature works on suggesting tasks to the user, and of course these are tasks that the user is set to do, and we will suggest what tasks to do and also when to do the task. Okay, so first of all, where did this timetable come from? Well, the first time you use the app, Chemical X will request to access your phone's calendar, and then the events of each day will be imported into the app. And so what you see here, I've got my calendar right here, and you can see respectively the events of the day. But you also notice that some of the events in the schedule are not present in my calendar, and namely the ones in color. So what are those? So these events are actually not from the calendar, they are user inputted tasks, and we will show you how a user inputs these tasks in a moment. But what's happening here is that the app has been trained to intelligently suggest a task to do during pockets of free time, right? So for example, in between 3 o'clock, which is when my tutorial ends, and 4:30, which is when I have to pick up John's laundry, the app will recognize such a gap and try to fill it in with a task that it thinks would result in me being the most productive. So one of the ways it understands your schedule is by categorizing the events of your calendar automatically. And you can see that right here. So in brackets over here, in brackets of each of the events, are the categories that the model has guessed for each of your events imported from the calendar. So you can see it does an okay job. School. In this case, it has quite correctly identified the categories of my events. So the task tab is where all the mysterious user inputted tasks from the schedule tab originated. And you can see that the tasks suggested in the schedule tab, which were, let's see, prepare for Alicia's lesson and study for my CS 3230 finals, they did come from the user inputted task over here. So you know what, just to show you, let's add a new task right now. And right, how about fix bugs in Chemical X? Alright, let's give it a due date. Not much time left, huh? And so okay, first of all, let's give it an allocate some time to it. Let's say I want to spend 3 hours fixing the bugs because there are lots of bugs in Chemical X. Alright, and lastly, we get to select the category of the task. And right now we support 4 categories: work, hobby, school, and chores. But for the sake of demonstration, let's say I'm too lazy to input my category, and so I'll just select what do you think. And again, the phone will try to guess the category that this task belongs to. And let's see. Oh, it has put fix bugs in Chemical X under school. I would say that is quite accurate. So whenever you want to start a task, you just tap on it, like edit milestone 3 video, and you can see that the bar is slowly filling up as time goes by, and with the full bar representing the amount of time that you allocated for it. In the case of fixed bugs for Chemical X, this whole bar will represent 3 hours. Once you finish a task, even if it's over time, or let's say I finished editing the milestone 3 video, even though I've only spent less than half the time allocated to it, I can go ahead and just finish the task and it will disappear. So lastly, the Insights tab. So now we notice that a lot of people's concerns regarding productivity is how they are using their own phones. So especially since the phone can be such a tool for great productivity, but at the same time also a big distraction. So our last feature allows users to view their app usage on the phone, you can see here. And We also provide a few more high-level observations. So we have a pie chart for the users' app usage in terms of sorted in categories. With these categories being down here, let's see, games, audio, video, imaging. So you can see that I tend to spend most of my time on social apps, and we also have over here, we have this little bar over here. It's just a cute little bar that tells us some interesting observation that our app makes about our users' app usage. Yeah, and so I guess that's it. That's our app. Hope that you enjoyed this run through of our app and how it works.